Welcome to the Marxist Perspective. And we're going to talk again about the myths of capitalism. And this is a good one because some people believe that there's no connection between race and class and capitalism. So an argument that is posed is that race has nothing to do with class, and capitalism is kind of this like leveler of society, as it were. As if, people confuse Magna Carta, like those ideas, with this equality and capitalism. Because when I say capitalism is a system that's inherently based on racism, this is true. I can explain this because whether it be a race of people, let's say bigotry, it's a system based on bigotry. So capitalism always involves a ruling class and a class below it, or a group or race, or some people that are looked on as an other or a less. Okay? So when I speak of these things, rather than use long-windedness, I want to make a simple point. We had slavery in this country, chattel slavery, where human beings were sold as property. This is a hellscape on earth. Hell was on earth. And this was human capital. So this was shipping, receiving. These people were treated like farm equipment. Human beings, babies, mothers, brothers, sisters. Treated like machines, okay? So this was a system because of the color of their skin. Eugenics, it wasn't called eugenics then, but early sciences and even religious groups said that these people were subhuman. They tried to justify their greed and the enslavement of these people. So this system of capitalism, definitely a system in this country steeped in racism, friend. Steeped in racism. And I think you know who I'm talking to, the long-winded fellow with the AI responses. So if you think that racism doesn't play a role in capitalism in this country, you have lived under a rock, sir. And to call me like uneducated, I don't know what tower you sit upon, my friend. But you shouldn't throw those things around. In these short videos, you can't tell somebody's life experience, just as I wouldn't try to do that with anybody. But I digress. And obviously, I do find it frustrating when people say that, again, race has nothing to do with capitalism. Racism doesn't even come into it. The chattel slavery system of the economic past of this country, if you deny that, then, we can't even have a conversation. Because what sprung after slavery was wage slavery. So one and the same. And you have, under wage slavery, people are no longer responsible. So after slavery ended, okay, which some people in a cynical way, I think, disgustingly say, too bad the cotton gin wasn't invented earlier in time. So that again is equating human beings with machinery, and that wasn't why the Civil War happened. It wasn't just as simple as that. Nothing's as cut and dry as that. But we're not going to get into the Civil War. We're talking about racism and capitalism and how capitalism uses it, okay? And to say that Black Lives Matter is not a class-conscious movement, that they don't also care about the plight of working people of all colors and creeds and the rights of everyone, Black Lives Matter is absolutely that. So maybe sometimes I feel I need to jump to the defense of things when people attack organizations and misrepresent them. And to say that this country is not steeped in, just like I say, critical race theory is no theory, my friends. It is no theory, okay? Critical race theory is critical race fact, because this country was steeped in racism. Capitalism in this country was a system born from an economic system based in slavery, which was racist. And after that, you moved Chinese laborers here, so race was involved, okay? And I hope that sums up what I mean by that. So you have races of people treated like chattel slavery, and then later on treated as wage slaves. And we could say the same thing too, groups of people. Let's talk about a group of people that was treated very badly. The logger barons treated the poor white people in the rural South southeastern United States, the coal mines, okay? So every group of people has been treated very bad by capital. So I think my point in that video about race and bigotry and how capitalism uses it was missed. Because capitalism really is colorblind in a way. It'll utilize it. If science and pseudoscience like eugenics can come about and say like the length of a man's nose and the shape of his head can mean his humanness, that pseudoscience gets accepted. If capitalism thinks it can benefit from that, it will take it. Just like on the other hand, you have like a slacktivism, like a corporate slacktivism, where a corporation will be woke, which I'm going to tell you, I don't understand. Woke is what like decent moral people were, like people that accept and believe in like liberty and people that believe in the moral things, not even coming from a political place. I used to think everyone was woke except the few that were ignorant, but maybe I'm just cynical. In any case, groups of people are treated away by class and by race. And if you look, people in this country are treated very poorly by class and by race. And it is just a fact. So to say I'm uneducated and I don't understand anything because I say that capitalism is a system steeped in racism, I'll have to disagree with that. But go back to the video, you guys look and read read what he said. There was nuggets in there, but I don't know if the person wrote it. I appreciate the long-winded response, I really do. And I did read the whole thing. What I didn't appreciate is personal attacks. So I'm not a stupid person. I actually have a neurological disorder. So if I seem a little, that would be my quirks. So that may be what you notice. It's something I live with, and I'm very lucky that it interferes with my life less than other people. So that's probably it. I'm not stupid or uneducated or it's just I have a certain mannerisms that I don't know, maybe you interpret it that way, but that would not be the case. And I would never, you can learn life experiences from all people. And I have life experiences where I was around different races of people growing up, and my family was treated terribly, okay, for my grandfather befriending a black man and us going swimming and going to picnics. And this was, like I said, this is modern day. So in my own life, in my own neighborhood, in my experience with police in this neighborhood that I live in, my own life experience, that's what I'm drawn from, not just the reading of books and stuff. Like, it's not some idea I have or something I saw on TV. I live a life, I'm in my community and stuff, and I hear what people in my community say. And the voice of the black community is crying for justice, and people have a right to be angry. I mean, how long can you say that somebody's not being oppressed while you oppress them? How long can you be so heavy-handed with a group of people? And sir, again, like, I meant this to be a shorter video, but I just have to respond. I mean, my gosh, like, how can you just take that whole racist history that black people have persevered through, and people in this country, Americans that care about equality and care about their black brothers, sisters, and siblings, since that time, people care about equality. It's not about being woke or, I want to appear to be away. Do I care about black people? Why? Because they're my brothers and sisters, and anything that befalls them could one day befall me. And it's not about a care of myself. It's just human beings are like that. We want to be good to one another and look out for one another. We're that way. So I'm sorry if I come off as uneducated. I just try to speak simply, but I'm not a professor, okay? I'm not a teacher, all right? I'm just a person that has a belief system, and these are perspectives. These are small thoughts on big things. So there'll be many talks about racism. That was just one piece of it. But I will disagree wholeheartedly. If you say that bigotry is not utilized by the capitalist system to divide and conquer, it absolutely is. They love it when different groups of people that have the same plight hate each other. If the plight of the working black man and the working white man were the same, and capitalists could create a rift in that, they would use it every time. Every single time. So, as my nephews would say, am I triggered? It's not that I'm triggered, it's that I get angry when I hear people just kind of fluff off the history that black people have dealt with in this country and the history that they've built for themselves too. And people sum it up and say, always remember too, the slaves freed the slaves, and no one's really a slave. The enslaved freed the slaves. Okay, so a man signing a piece of paper did a law. Okay, but when it came to mental slavery and stuff, the enslaved peoples in the United States had done that decades earlier. They'd freed themselves, but the law hadn't caught up. So, just to say, can anybody please chime in? Does anybody really believe that capitalism is not a system that's steeped in racist beliefs and using racism and bigotry and fear of the other to divide and conquer the working class? Am I stupid and uneducated for thinking that? Please, somebody enlighten me. Maybe the commenter could enlighten us all so that we could see the world through those very clear and enlightened lenses, because mine are often quite smudged.